Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. I want us to head over to some remarks which have been made by Willis Otieno.
Kenyans don't care about Gachagwa's idle talk. Kenyans care about the pain that William Ruto and his failed economic policies is causing them. In an ideal situation, when a president is impeached the way the Kenyan people impeached William Ruto 25th, and he brings in the opposition,
I believe all of you know Willis Otieno, who is the former running mate under Safina Party, running mate to Jimmy Wanjigi, and he is the picky ponky lawyer. I think you remember that story that about the picky ponky during the presidential petition. Now, I was just trying to jog your mind a bit, perhaps if you don't remember Willis Otieno. Now, Willis Otieno has made a very shocking statement in one of the live TV interviews, and in his statement, Willis seems to be telling William Ruto that when the Gen Z stormed Parliament and they banned part of the judiciary, they made their statement well known that they were impeaching the president. You see, I think you remember that story. Now, why is Willis Otieno bringing us to this point that Ruto was impeached? Otieno is trying to say that the talk that Gachagua is supposed to be impeached is trying to run away from that legitimacy concern. So he thinks that if Gachagua is impeached, then legitimacy will be realized. So these are some of the concerns of Willis Otieno. So I want to take you to two explosive videos from Willis Otieno, and bottom line here is this impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua well intended, or is it that what Otieno is saying, that Ruto is trying to look for legitimacy by kicking out Gachagua and trying to blame Gachagua for the wrongdoings of the government? So before we extend our analysis, ladies and gentlemen, please like this video. It's so important if you like this video. I'm so grateful for everyone who has been liking our videos. I don't take that for granted. Subscribe to our channel if you've not subscribed before, and to existing subscribers, thank you so much for your support. Allow me to share this segment of the video so that you can get to understand what Willis Otieno said and what he really meant.
There's no grounds upon which you can even discuss Gachagua. For you to impeach a president or a deputy, there must be national outrage. There was national outrage here over economic situation caused by William Ruto's failed economic policies. These people are trying to distract us from the state capture by Adani. Because if you compare aura for aura, Adani and Gupta, both Indians, capturing the state by going for key crown jewels of that nation. The Gupta one led to Zuma being impeached. Of course, we are going to demand of Ruto's impeachment. William Ruto himself was impeached on the 25th of June 2024. He has no legitimacy. All these things that he's doing is just a quest to seek legitimacy. When he was first impeached on 25th, his first response was to dissolve his cabinet. He didn't give him legitimacy. He sought Raila Odinga. At this point, he's running on the energy of Raila Odinga.
Now, that is the point, ladies and gentlemen. In that video, Willis Otieno is trying to tell William Ruto that Kenyans don't care about him and Kenyans don't care about Gachagua. In fact, what Kenyans want is that both of them should just go home. In fact, if this impeachment is to be actualized, then it should be an impeachment of the presidency, not the deputy president only. The presidency. This is in line with the latest talk that already there are members of parliament who have already appended their signatures supporting the motion to have Rigathi Gachagua impeached. That is already happening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a story that is doing the rounds right now, and I think Rigathi Gachagua is aware about that. Of course, there's another picture that surfaced over Rigathi and Danson Mungatana, and Mungatana is the one who drafted the motion to censor actually Rigathi Gachagua. So he withdrew that motion. That's why there's a picture of Rigathi suit there. Then there was Mungatana there and other leaders. And the caption on that photo is that Mungatana had withdrawn that motion. Now let's get back to Willis Otieno. You know, Willis Otieno has always been the lawyer representing Jimmy Wanjigi. That is why you find that during the botched abduction of Jimmy Wanjigi, Willis Otieno was the one who was seen in Jimmy Wanjigi's home and defending with Jimmy Wanjigi in the court, though we saw so many other lawyers who surfaced in an attempt to try to defend Jimmy Wanjigi, but Jimmy Wanjigi won the case. He actually won the case. Now, on this aspect that people don't care about Rigathi Gachagua and Ruto. In fact, what they want is that both of these people should just be kicked out completely. They should just go.
Kenyans don't care about Gachagua's idle talk. Kenyans care about the pain.
The message there is very clear. Dissolve the government. Let's go back to the elections, or presidential election, and let's elect a new president. That is what Willis Otieno is trying to insinuate in the video that I shared, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you agree with Jimmy Wanjigi. Jimmy Wanjigi's lawyer, that is Willis Otieno. Just go below in your comment section and you can offer a reaction on that aspect. But the bottom line here, according to Willis Otieno, is that Kenyans don't care whether Rigathi is impeached. What they want is that the two leaders should just go, because he believes that they are the reasons why Kenyans are facing a lot of problem. Right now, there's a talk of Adani. And Willis Otieno seems to believe that the reason why these people are fighting is because of Adani. And this is something that even Senator Onyonka echoed. And I shared that video yesterday. Perhaps if you could just go back to our last two videos. One of the videos there talks about the loot that, according to Onyonka, is the main reason why Ruto and Gachagua are not seeing eye to eye. The shared loot. Now, that is something that came from Onyonka. Now, on this analysis, ladies and gentlemen, Willis Otieno has made it clear that Kenyans don't care. They don't care about Ruto. They don't care about in fact, they don't care about this government, because this government has looted. You know, listening to Willis Otieno, I almost heard him talk about Patni, Kamlesh Patni, the Golden Bag scandal architect. You remember that story? The person who crafted that golden bag. And right now there's a story about Zimbabwe. If you've been following what is happening in Zimbabwe, there is something of that sort that is happening. Golden bag scandal again. And I saw that story in one BBC televised interview. There was also another time I saw this issue in BBC's documentary, whereby they're documenting the golden bag that's taking place in Zimbabwe. Kamlesh Patni was one of them. So what Willis Otieno is trying to say is that this Adani will just be like Kamlesh. You know? That is what Willis Otieno is trying to tell us in very many words. That at the end of the day, these people, if they continue to stay in power, this loot, itakuwa in favor of William Ruto. So these two gentlemen both of them should just be kicked out. They should be impeached. The impeachment should be on the two leaders. That is Willis Otieno, ladies and gentlemen. So just go below in your comment section and you offer a reaction regarding this statement coming from Willis Otieno. So until you catch up again, please stay safe and stay blessed.